Hope and hardships. In the small town of Willow Creek, winters were always harsh. Snow piled against the windows, the streets grew quiet, and the cold seemed to seep into people's bones. For most, it was just another season to endure. But for the Carter family, this winter felt heavier than all the rest. Emma Carter, a single mother of two, had lost her job at the local factory just weeks before Christmas. She tried to put on a brave face for her children, Jacob, 10, and Sarah, 7. But behind closed doors, she worried constantly. Bills stacked up on the kitchen table. The cupboards were thin. Even the Christmas tree sat bare, with only a string of lights that flickered uncertainly. One evening, after tucking the kids into bed, Emma sat at the kitchen table, her hands wrapped around a chipped mug of tea. She whispered a prayer she wasn't sure anyone would hear. Please, just a little hope. The knock at the door the next morning, Emma was startled by a knock. Standing there was Mrs. Reynolds, an elderly neighbor known for her kind smile and warm pies. In her hands was a cardboard box filled with groceries. I had a little extra, Mrs. Reynolds said softly. Thought you might like some. Emma's throat tightened. She tried to refuse, but Mrs. Reynolds simply smiled. Honey, sometimes the bravest thing you can do is accept help. Inside the box were cans of soup, fresh bread, and even hot cocoa mix. That night, Emma made her children grilled cheese sandwiches with tomato soup. Sarah giggled. This tastes like a feast. And Jacob chimed in. It's the best dinner ever. For the first time in weeks, Emma felt a spark of hope. The ripple effect word spread quietly around Willow Creek. One by one, people showed up at Emma's doorstep. Mr. Alvarez from the hardware store dropped off firewood. A local teacher left wrapped books on the porch for the kids. The church youth group decorated the Carter's front yard with lights. The once bare Christmas tree now glowed with ornaments, each one donated by a different family. Emma realized something powerful. Her family wasn't alone. Christmas morning on Christmas morning, Jacob and Sarah rushed down the stairs, their eyes wide at the sight of gifts piled beneath the tree. None of the presents had tags, but Emma knew they were from the town. The children tore into wrapping paper, squealing with joy. Sarah hugged her new doll. Jacob admired a set of paints, and Emma found a new winter coat folded neatly in a box. Tears blurred her vision. This wasn't just charity, it was love, the lesson of hope that evening. Emma stood outside in the snow, gazing at the twinkling lights strung across her porch. Her heart swelled with gratitude. Hardship had weighed her down, but kindness had lifted her back up. She whispered, "Thank you," not just to her neighbors, but to the quiet hope that had carried her through. Years later, Emma would tell her children that winter story again and again, not as a tale of struggle, but as a reminder of how a community came together to prove that even in the darkest seasons, hope always shines brightest. Moral of the story: hope is not the absence of hardship, it's the light that guides us through it. When we come together in kindness, we become each other's hope.